Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the guy, Professor O, coming through with a dose of that good yoke. I'm everywhere like broken glass and around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Today, I want to talk about. Hold on. All right, like the college. It's like, yeah, all right, yeah, all right, cool. I have to make sure I'm looking official tissue. Can you dig what I'm saying? Acquire intellect. Now, what I mean by that is that literally, as you're progressing through life and you're going through your experiences, you must acquire intellect. It is imperative. It's important for your overall well-being and overall progressiveness in this life. Literally, I can expel more on it, but it's it's very imperative. It truly is imperative. That's all I can truly say towards that, right? Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. You know I got the handy day notebook up in the spot. Please do not make it hot. Well, oh, well, again, if the mic is going in and out, you already know that the enemy's already operating at full. You already know we're going to keep going and progressing because, you know, this sexiness cannot just be stopped. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to the ground now. Handy dandy notebook up in the spot. Please do not make it hot. Who writes and script clearly? Voice still does. Don't hate me because you ate me. Maybe you levitated, meditate, never deviate, devastated. I got that glow, the flow, and it's always on a roll. Can you dig what I'm saying? Yeah, anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Gaining intellect isn't just for scholastics, but it's truly for personal gain as well. Literally, Ron. Overall in life, as you're progressing, as you're moving forward, as you're literally getting the hang of things, right? You have to gain intellect. Intellect is reason. I'm not talking about imagination. I'm not talking about a combination. I see what's going on, so we got to put it right here at the bottom. Please excuse me. Brief intermission. You know, I'm gonna start making edits on that. Like I'm doing my. All right, yeah, there we go. Start making little edits about that. Yeah, but anyway, making it applicable. Anyone can gain information. Anyone gave us a summary of facts. Literally, that doesn't mean you have intellect. That just means you have a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. But knowledge, if it isn't applied, you won't gain you won't gain wisdom, because that's what it is. First is knowledge, when you gain the awareness of something. Then there's wisdom, when there's knowledge being applied. And then there's understanding of, after it's been applied, the experience of what you endured. You have a full comprehension of what happened, and you're able to rinse, wash, and repeat. And as you're rinse, wash, and repeating, you're able to kind of refine what you've learned. Point blank, period. That is when it becomes intellect. Because now you've gained a way of understanding, you gained a way of progressing, you've gained a way of moving forward, or whatever the case may be. I'm just trying to use a lot of analogies here to kind of get you to understand or walk with me as I'm talking. And then when it becomes applicable, it has now become intellect. The sharing of information, the sharing of facts, well, that's just exactly as it is. But when you're gaining intellect and when you're making it applicable, information more applicable to your everyday life, then that's when it's intellect, especially when it is able to benefit you for who you are, what you are, how you are in your present day, for your immediate future. Anyway, anyhow, I digress. Let's move on now. Knowledge is power, awareness is armor. Knowledge is power. I'm sure you always heard that, and then I had to add the additional, which is my own personal saying, awareness is armor. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you grow. Point blank, period. Now, awareness is honor. The more aware you are of what's happening, the more comprehension you'll be able to gain with your information. Because you can have a plethora of knowledge, and I've met many who do, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have awareness of it. Just because you know it doesn't mean you're making it applicable. Because what's the saying go? As the famous Loaded Lux rapper will always say, if you knew better, you'd do better. Point blank, period, right? Let's leave it right there. We're making it fast, you know it's gonna last. Mental before physical, but together is invincible. Oh, that's one of my favorites I've written years ago. I didn't know I was just so stoic, but I am. And it's literally as it says, mental before physical, but together is invincible. Always put your mental before your physical. Why? Because this is the command center. This is the center, period, that's being commanded. Learn it, use it, make it applicable, literally. Now, the beautiful thing about it, which I do find beautiful, and it is a challenge, because trust me, I've learned that definitely in my path of abstinence and many other paths with me becoming disciplined, is that you're dealing with a body that is super intelligent. And that's exactly how God provided us with super intelligent body that we're able to have an opinion. So now when you have that feeling, when you have that urge or whatever so have you, you literally and truly have to have mind over matter. And that's literally what that saying means. Mind over matter. I digress. Use your mind. Be out there, be mindful. Go out there and be Anyway, anyhow, we moving on, moving forward. This is non-negotiable. You have to increase intellect. And I mean that in the most furthest extent. It's not negotiable at all. That this is one of those things where now you're negotiating with your future, you're negotiating with your, I don't even know how to say it. Like you're not supposed to negotiate with this at all. This is for the behoovement of your life. This is for the behoovement of who you are, to be able to protect yourself, to be able to announce yourself, to be able to concern yourself with matters that actually concern you. And that's having a distinction of information and it's just, it's so many avenues that I can go down to why it's so important, but it is. So please, and I beg you, literally, I beg you, for anyone who watches my video, intellect must be gained and it must be increased. It is not negotiable. And I'm speaking to myself as well as I'm saying this. Why? Because at the same time, it has to be applicable. It has to be something that will be able to behoove me so I can be able to move forward or behoove my situation or my immediate environment. And there's no in-betweens. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just what it is. I digress. Yes, improving the muscles below the shoulders are important. Improving the muscle above the shoulders is imperative. And that's just what it is. I'm gonna say it once more. Improving the muscles below the shoulders are important, but improving the muscle above the shoulders is imperative. Listen, I'm all for staying healthy and staying fit. Definitely. Why? Because it's the temple of God that you're carrying, that you're operating in. Literally. It's just what it is. But don't ever get it misconstrued. Don't ever get things foolish. Literally. This is imperative all the time. The brain is and the intellect is imperative. The muscle above your shoulders has to be increased. That's imperative. The muscles below the shoulders, that's just important. Because it's always good. Trust me, they both play hand in hand. They really do. And I need you to understand this. You've been given the responsibility to be able to take care of yourself more adequately. Be mindful of that. Literally. And I say gain intellect, and I usually, very lighthearted about the situation, but you have to realize you've been given opportunity that a lot of others may not even have. If you're even able to understand what I'm saying. There's others out there that don't have that opportunity, that may have some type of defect. And I'm not sitting here saying that we're all perfect and we're all moving in a more perfect stride. But what I am saying is if you have the opportunities to be able to gain and to be able to have some form of appreciation and to have understanding of what you're appreciating, you should be able to improve it, like bar none. That's it. That's your right. Not only your right, that should be an obligation, because there's others out there that don't have that opportunity. This is why I like to stay fit. This is why I like to improve my intellect as much as I possibly can. At all areas. I'm not saying I'm like literally, just you have to. And I literally state that, I don't care what it is. You have to, because there's others out there that may wish they had what you have. And you're not taking it, like, you're not, first of all, you're not even being grateful, or you're not even taking full advantage of what you have. Like, literally, like, I've seen it, yo. And this is why it's all about being humble. This is why it's all about being grateful, because there's others out there that may not have the things that you have, and they still carry a bigger smile. So as I'm able to walk across your street, and that's just in the most simplest forms, you got to realize there's others that may not even be able to do that without some type of mechanical assistance or some type of instrumental assistance. You have to be grateful, and you have to be humble. And this is what you start to really take care of. Once you start applying humility and gratitude, then you'll start taking a little bit more care of yourself in more detail, because then you understand exactly what you have. And there's so much more for God's elect. Like, there is. But at the same time, the more grateful, the more humble you are, the more you'll be able to gain more. He that is Lord over little will be Lord over much, but he that is dishonest in little is dishonest in much. Be let Lord over the little, and you will be Lord over much, because God is seeing that he's able to give you. You're grateful, you're humble, and you're taking care of the little that you have. Once you will be able to take care of the good and the big that you have, because you're Lord over the little bit. People don't understand. It's not about, it doesn't really change. The more you have, it's just the responsibility. But if you could be Lord over little, then you would definitely be Lord over much. I digress. Like, it is no in between. So. You'd be surprised just how smart you really are in intellect. And I mean that because I've sit and I speak to so many folks throughout the day. I speak to them, and they may not even know that I'm observing them on a further level for me of just discerning what they're saying and how they're saying, and gaining an understanding of their perspective and trying to have some form of understanding towards it. But some individuals are just so brilliant, so smart, and they don't even see it. They don't even look at themselves that way. And what they choose to entertain, or what they choose to dwell in, is so minuscule. Like, you are so brilliant. Why are you acting like that? Why are you behaving in such a foolish way? But a lot of individuals don't care to gain that type of knowledge. They don't care to gain that type of understanding. And it's sad. It really, really is sad. Like, it breaks my heart. It really does. Like, I'm over here. Now, I ain't sitting there saying I'm over here crying. God. No, I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that, oh my God. You gotta do better. Oh yeah, hold on for a second. Gotta get the, oh yeah, I gotta get the air. Oh yeah. Excuse me. That was satisfying. But anyway, it's just so sad. Why would you do that? Why are you acting like that? But a lot of individuals are facing defeat, and I don't really know what type of battles that they're facing or what they're going through, but it is what it is. Anyway, anyhow, we're moving forward. Got no choice. All information isn't necessary nor applicable. Make sure you discern what information is applicable and what info is not. And that is where it all really boils down to when you're gaining just information, or information that could be turned into intellect. Because if you're not really gaining information and understanding that, all right, how is this applicable to me? How can I make this applicable to my present, and that will behoove who I am now for my immediate future? How? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of information out there that are just, all information can be applicable. Don't ever get it twisted. That's one thing I've realized. All information can be applicable if you're able to move it in your way. But some information just may take up space, and no one really has time for the mental real estate. I most certainly do not. So make sure you understand what's applicable, what isn't. Intellect is what increase your value, literally. Because you can look sexy, hey, most definitely can. But if you also have a brain to match, oh, I'm glad you noticed. It'll all be you're entering into a well-rounded perspective, which you really can, you know. And that's just it. That's it right there. That's the whole kit and caboodle. And I'm gonna down to the last point. It's the whole kit and caboodle there. So make sure whatever you're learning is applicable, and make sure you're gaining intellect. And it'll all be just fine, literally. All right. And that's it. Again, this message is for the adept out there, for the master, the expert, the proficient, the efficient, the self-efficient, the one that's always doing it and never losing it, because growing is glowing is going at all times. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And remember, speak good, do good, see good, and when it is good, it's all good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look on my good side if you didn't know that I'm sexy. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Peace, love, and light. I'll see you guys in the next video.